What's good, everybody? Welcome to Bowler's Paradise. My name is Ben. I'm a USBC Silver Certified coach, and today we're taking a look at the all-new Real Time from Ebonite. If you're new to the channel or you're not already a subscriber, now's a great time to get on board. Here at Bowler's Paradise, it's our mission to help bowlers of all skill levels improve their game, and subscribing is the best way to help support that mission. So while you're down there, be sure you hit that notification bell too so you don't miss out on our next review. It's time for another big time, but this time, it's the real time. But no matter what time it is, this newest release from Ebonite features the same strong big time core as previously featured on the very unheralded Big Time S.E, with a new Gamebreaker cover formula, the HK22 GB 13.7 solid cover finished to 1500 compound out of the box. So considering what worked well on the aforementioned Big Time S.E, I decided to go with a 4.5 by 4 by 4 2LS layout. Now, I've had a lot of luck recently drilling these mid-tier pieces pretty strong, as it seems like tapping into the full power of the core brings out the best shape on the lanes. And on the lanes, I'd recommend changing the name of this one from Real Time to Real Sideways, because holy cow, this thing makes a sharp turn off the spot. In a hilarious dichotomy to its predecessor, this new polished solid creates a significant amount of angle down lane, whereas the sanded pearl Big Time SE was very slow reacting and smooth off the spot. This provides us a great example of why what we see on the lanes is so much more important than when we read solid or pearl cover stock on a ball's info sheet. Which leads me to my favorite part about throwing this one. The real time hooks like someone kicked it. Overall, the brands of Brunswick continue to break new ground at this mid-tier price point, giving bowlers a level of performance previously unseen with these types of equipment. The Real Time creates a significant amount of angle down lane with ease and provides a strong and almost intimidating look on the lanes. But on the list of downsides, this level of performance means that it does need either a decent volume of oil, or you're gonna have to knock the surface grit down to tame the reaction a bit. In truth, it was difficult to keep the Real Time on the right side of the head pin until I found enough holds to get it there. There was basically no forcing this one to the pocket in the track area, so those considering adding this one better be ready to cover some boards or to adjust their layout and the surface to turn this shape into something different than what Ebonite intended it to be. But if this is the kind of shape you want to add to your arsenal, I'd recommend pairing it with a Brunswick Mesmerize and the Endeavor. The Mesmerize will provide a more blended yet similar shape to the Real Time on higher volumes of oil, and then the Endeavor, being a non-HK22 pearl, will fill out the bottom of that 3-ball pairing as a more tame but still very clean option to use when there's lots of friction to contend with. So jumping to our Crossbrand comparisons, I first took a look at the Summit Ascent, and here you can see how even though these two on paper are slightly similar, on the lanes, they're worlds different. The Summit is much smoother and slower reacting, so even though it does take on lane shine rather quickly, it's a more standard benchmarks type shape that bowlers with a high axis of rotation will match up with more effectively. Then I took a look at the Primal Rage Evolution, and here I see a shape that is weirdly similar, even though the design components of these two pieces don't overlap much at all. I would even argue that the Primal Rage provides an easier to control reaction, so it's more likely to match up better with rev dominant players over the Real Time. But with that, here's my recommendations on the types of bowlers that I think would match up well with the Real Time from Ebonite. The first is low rev players. More often than not, when these players try to integrate angular pearl pieces, they fall short of expectations as they just hook early and quit. Since the Real Time does have that solid cover stock as its base, these players are likely to see a bit more of a blended reaction if the ball hits friction early, and will still have enough kick down lane to get through the pins pretty well. The second recommendation is for bowlers on a budget looking for a lot of hook. Much like the Hammer Anger, the Arctic Vibe, and the Brunswick Ivory Rhino Pro, the Ebonite Real Time is at least a full zone stronger than I expected based on where it sits within the performance lineup for Ebonite. For only $140 retail, bowlers can get the same level of hook potential that used to only exist at the top tier and price point of most of these brands. So while the Real Time might be a lot more ball than I bargained for, in the right hands, could be the ticket for the time of your life on the lanes. And you can pick this up today and much more at bowlersparadise.com. Be sure to use the discount code YouTube at checkout for free shipping. Thank you to my friend Ryan Shafransky for the drilling of this piece, and to Dale's Weston Lanes for letting us film this video. If you haven't yet, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more ball and product reviews. But as always, remember you guys, having the right ball in your hands, now that's a bowler's paradise. Peace.